Hello everybody and happy Friday. I hope you've had a good week. Mine has been busy, it's flown by, I'm ready for it to be over. My brain has been very preoccupied with other things this week and I just want a break. So this is probably going to be a very lazy weekend for me. I'm going to sit around, I'm going to knit, and I'm going to read. I'm going to finish up Translate-a-thon. There's going to be a live show on Sunday. I'll talk to friends. It's going to be great and I'm not going to make myself like be productive. So let's start with a little bit of housekeeping first. I think Translate-a-thon ends tomorrow on Saturday. I could be wrong about that, but I think the last reading sprints are tomorrow and I'm really looking forward to that. Some things I'm going to show you in a second I need to finish during the reading sprints. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then the next Stitch and Bitch live show is going to be this Sunday over on Bree's channel. We were supposed to be on her channel last month, but we had to switch things around and we were on Raya's instead. But now we will be back on her channel. Hopefully everything will go smoothly. So if you want to join us while we all work on our crafts and just talk about whatever, it'll be a lot of fun. And I'll put links and the time and everything down below in the description. Now on to the books that I'm reading. I will probably finish today this collection of Aristophanes comedies. This is Clouds, Wasps, and Birds, and this translation is by Peter Meinik. I chose this one. I think in my TBR I showed this version, which is translated by William Arrowsmith and Douglas Parker. And I ended up switching to the Meinik translation. My mom gave me this other copy because it's from the 90s, so it's a more modern translation. And I mean, like, the language is very modern in some cases, and I just thought it would be more fun to read. So I've already read the plays Birds and Clouds, and I have gotten about a third of the way through Wasps, so maybe I will finish this today. I wasn't actually setting out to read all three comedies. I was just gonna read Birds, and then I was like, well, why not read all of them? Ancient Greek comedy is, it's a thing. I'll have some thoughts on this later. I don't pretend to completely understand them. It's my first time ever really reading ancient drama or classics or whatever, so it's all new to me. And then the other book that I definitely want to finish for Translate-a-thon is Jaguar's Tomb by Angelica Gordischer. I haven't read any more of this since last weekend, and I'm loving the book, so I need to hurry up and finish it. And this is what I'll probably finish on Saturday with the reading sprints. And yeah, I still haven't completely figured out the shape or the structure of the story, so it's still a little bit difficult for me to like talk about it and explain in my own words what I think it is. But interlocking fictional books or fragments of books where the various authors are actually characters in each other's stories, and yes, it's really interesting. The other book that I started for Translate-a-thon, but I'm not going to be able to finish, is The Doomed City by the Strugatskys. I got a single chapter into this and haven't picked it up in over a week. So I just want to read a little bit more of this and make sure that I don't stop reading it, because I don't want to abandon it like I did last time. Just kind of nibble away at it because I would like to get off my TBR this year. And this one is another kind of interesting, slightly difficult to grasp, like thought experiment. This strange city where people are brought together from various times and places to help in, I guess, building the city. And I think it's commentary on communism, guys, but I'm gonna find out. The other two books that I'm currently reading are not for Translate-a-thon. I'm still working on The Lost City of Z. I have this physical copy, but I've actually switched to listening to the audiobook and I'm getting through it a lot faster that way. And I feel like my opinion on this book is shifting rapidly. The idea, you know, the topic of this is very interesting. One of the last like great Victorian Edwardian explorers goes into the Amazon and never returns, and people have become obsessed with finding out what happened to him and his expedition. And so for the last 80 years people have been rushing up to the Amazon to go try to find him. And Gran says that a lot of these people died. he's like, over 100 people have died trying to find out what happened to Fawcett. And I find that there's conflicting information about this, because when I went to go look up more about this man Fawcett, there's commentary on this book and people disagreeing with Gran about some factual statements and stuff. And now I'm not sure how much I can trust some of this information. We'll see where it goes, but yeah, I find that my opinion and my ability to trust everything that Gran is saying in this book is a little bit on shaky ground at the moment. And then the last thing that I'm currently reading is The Return of the Sorceress by Silvia Moreno Garcia. My lovely Subterranean Press copy came the other day. This is a very short novella, and I should probably also knock it out this weekend. I've just read the first chapter, so I'm really only like 12 pages into it so far. I'm sure I'm gonna really love it. So that is pretty much it for me, guys. I hope you are doing well. It seems that everywhere is suffering from terrible heat waves unless you're in the other hemisphere, and in that case, I hope you're not suffering terribly, terribly cold temperatures. But it hasn't been too bad where I am. We had a pretty bad heat wave last week, and it's calmed down a little bit. But everybody I've talked to recently has just been like record high temperatures, and it is kind of scary, actually. So wherever in the world you are, I hope you are doing okay and not fighting off inclement weather. And I'll be back to talk to you again soon. And until then, bye.